Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. I hope by the grace of Almighty Allah, all of you are fine. Sorry. Dear student, I am Mohammad Shahjahan, Assistant Professor, Department of Accounting, Milestone College, Uttara, Dhaka. Dear student, today we will discuss on MCQ of Account chapter. Dear student, this is our lecture on MCQ of Account chapter. Dear student, at the end of this lecture, you will be able to know about some important MCQ, that means short question from the chapter. Dear student, you know that earlier we have discussed the CQ related problems from the chapter. In that time also we have discussed lots of things, and MCQ, most of the MCQ is related with that maths. So I hope you will easily understand the chapter. Dear student, first MCQ, what do you understand by account? That means what is accounts? Dear student, all of you know that accounts is a classified and summarized statement of transaction. Dear student, if you can remember, transaction means give and take. If I give some benefit, instead of that I have received some benefit, and from that transaction you know that in every transaction there are two parties are related, at least two parties are related, so each party is our account. Dear student, that means in every transaction two party related and each party is account. That means in now we have to classify the transaction and we will find out the accounts. Dear student, I hope you understand now what is accounts. If I can give example, it will be more easier. Started business with cash. Dear student, what are the two accounts here? One is cash account, another is capital account. That means this cash and capital are summarized statement of transaction. Cash is given by the owner, that's why cash of the business increases, and he has given the capital, that means owner's equity also increases. Dear student, profit profit and loss of a business is determined. How we can determine profit and loss? By analyzing account. Dear student, you know, by analyzing accounts we can find out the profit or loss. Without seeing the accounts we cannot find out the profit or loss. You know that from revenue we have to subtract the expenditure, then we will get the profit. So revenue is some accounts and expense is another account. So from revenue account we have to subtract the expense account, then we will find out the profit or loss. The main objective of a business organization is, dear student, the main objective of a business organization is to calculate the financial result and financial position. That means find out the profit and loss and financial position. Main objective of business organization. It is also objectives of accounting. The right side of an account table is called credit. Dear student, you know that at the time of doing math, we have shown you that in a account table we have two sides. Right side is credit side and left side is debit side. Dear student, the right side of an account is credit side and left side is debit side. The T table should have 8 columns. Dear student, very important MCQ. The T table format we have 8 columns. Dear student, you know by this time there are two types of table we use for doing account. One is T table format, another is modern moving balance format. And in T table format we have 8 column. T table format we have 8 column. The classifying account is necessary for determining debit and credit properly. That means for doing debit and credit properly we need to classify account. Dear student, you know that there are five types of account. Based on equation, accounts are five types. There are five types of account. It is asset, liabilities, income, expense and equity. Dear student, these five types of account is required to determine debit and credit. Goodwill is an asset because it helps to gain the profit. Dear student, goodwill of a business organization is an asset account. Moving balance table should have 7 column. Dear student, earlier I have told that T table format 8 column and moving balance format has 7 column. The number of column for amount in moving balance table is 4. Dear student, in moving balance format there are 4 column for writing money. There are 4 column for writing money. One column for debit, another column for credit taka, and another two column, one is for debit balance, another is for credit balance. Dear student, accounting equation, the basic accounting equation is A equals to L plus OE. Dear student, in chapter 2 also you have learned it, in chapter 3, in chapter 4, everywhere dear student we have the basic accounting equation is A equals to L plus OE. Dear student, the balance of accounts are calculated according to moving balance format. The balance of accounts are calculated according to moving balance format after all the transactions are recorded. That means in moving balance format, we calculate the balance, we calculate the balance of accounts are calculated according to the moving balance format after at after all the transaction are recorded, after transaction are recorded. That means after transaction recorded, after transaction recorded, we find out the balance under moving balance format. Mm, if it is T format, then at the end of the period, at the end of the time. Dear student, any expenses for campaign and publicity is called advertisement expenses. Any expense is campaign or publicity of the business, it is advertisement expenses. Dear student, bad debt account is opened due to debtors death, bankruptcy or for any other reason. That means from the debtor, if money is not recoverable, then it is bad debt account, it is bad debt account we have opened. If sell goods on credit, then account receivable account credited, account receivable account created, not credited, created. That means if sell goods on credit, then there is a account receivable account. Outstanding expenses is our liabilities, outstanding expenses is our liabilities. Which one is long term liability? Dear student, debenture is our long term liability. Discount is a income and expense account. Discount is income, that means discount received, it is our income. Discount allowed, it is our expenditure. By teaching any types of service or vocational training, if an organization take money, is called apprenticeship premium. That means if I teach anybody, if I give some technological knowledge to our student, then instead of that, if we receive any benefit, that is apprenticeship premium. If there is profit of the business, it is ownership increase, it increase the ownership. If there is any profit of business, then ownership increase. Dear student, some important formula look at for debit credit. Asset increase, it is debit, asset decrease, it is credit. If your asset increase debit, decrease credit. For liability, the just opposite, liability decrease debit, liability increase credit. And if it is equity, it is as liabilities, equity decreases debit, equity increases credit. Then income decreases debit, income increases credit, income decreases debit, income increases credit. Expense increase debit, expense decrease credit, increase debit, decrease credit, it is opposite to the income. Dear student, this few MCQ from this 22 to 31, very important for not only for MCQ, dear student, for CQ also. This is the golden rule for accounting. If you cannot learn this formula, then you cannot do accounting. Dear student, that's why please learn this formula. Asset increase debit, decrease credit, liability decrease debit, increase credit, equity also decrease debit, increase credit, income decrease debit, increase credit, and expense increase debit, decrease credit. Dear student, now what are the two separate discount account? What are the two discount? Discount allowed account and discount received account. That means there are two types of discount. One is discount allowed, another is discount received. Now the reduced part of the value of fixed asset recorded in depreciation account. That means if the value of fixed asset decreases for any reason, reduced, then it is depreciation. It is depreciation. This is the expenditure for a organization. Dear student, which two words are found both in T and modern ledger format? It is debit and credit. That means in modern format, if you do account, there are also debit credit. In T format, they are also debit and credit. Dear student, debit and credit give direction to accounts. Dear student, debit and credit give direction to accounts. These are the some important MCQ, dear student. And dear student, look at some homework is given here for you. Dear student, this is related whatever MCQ I have discussed earlier. Dear student, and there are some other MCQ also in your books. Please go through your books so that if you face any types of problem, you can discuss with me. There are more for more MCQ.